All right, Sean Zittel here at the Capatillo Boxing Gym on the east side of Vegas with my man Fernando Vargas Jr. fighting this Saturday on a big card. Gonzalo Gaston Coria,
Yeah.
Argentinian southpaw, and man, let's get to it, man. His two most notable fights, he lost by knockout to Jaime Munguia and Johnny Beck. But are you looking at this fight as a measuring tape? You want to see if you belong with guys like that, and how are you viewing this fight?
Absolutely, bro. I gotta take it one fight at a time before bigger fights, but this guy wants to ruin all these plans. So, I mean, Janibek, we know he's a world champion at 160, I believe. And you also got Munguia. So this guy's battle tested. I want to go in there and display the skills that I got to the boxing world.
Yeah, and I know, styles make fights, so it doesn't always work like if one guy knocks him out sooner than the other guy.
Right.
But are you, comparing yourself to those guys and see where you stack up?
Absolutely. I want my name in the mix of all 154 pounders. I know Keith is back in the mix and all these different fighters. But I want my name in the mix with all these. I want these big fights now. So, I'm 16-0, 14 knockouts, and I want to show with these fights. My dad got respected for the fights that he took, of course, early, but my dad's guiding us, and I feel that, the time is now. 16-0, 14 knockouts. I got big news coming. I can't release it yet, but it's going to be a name where you guys know who these fighters are and where we're going to get a lot of respect. And, because we'll see the comments, we'll see people type stuff, but they don't know how the way this business works. So, I'm just excited for what the future holds. I got a great team. I got Charles Liu, our lawyer. We got Ken Collis, our marketing, our AP agent, and sky's the limit with the dynasty.
You mentioned Keith Thurman, right?
Yeah.
What made you bring him up quickly?
I don't know. It's opportunity. I know he's calling out Tim and Tim Zhu look phenomenal. Shout out to Tim Zhu, another junior out there following the legacy.
Right.
And sometimes fights like that don't play out the way that it's supposed to. I feel that fight with Fundora, it was just too much blood. I think his corner could have stopped the fight, or vice versa, or it could have been stopped and would have went to decision. And psychologically, he would have been better for these other fights. And I feel he could have beat all these other fighters as well. But stuff happens, so you could only roll with the punches. And I take my hat off to Tim Zhu, but I want a name. I want a name out there. I want these 54 pounders. Everyone at 154, even at 160, we can fight at catch weights or whatever. But I want to show what I'm about, what I could do in the ring.
Do you ever spar with Tim Zhu? Because he would be out here for some of these camps.
He'd be out here, but I'm a southpaw, so a lot of the times
Right.
he wouldn't want that southpaw look. But it's all respect with me and him. He sees us at the gym at Split T, and he'll say what's up to my dad. He'll say what's up to me. But I would love to get in there and spar with him though.
Some fighters, they even guys like Tank, like they've been honest that they'll go through little things in their career that reassures them, lets them know, I do belong at the top.
Yeah.
Are you looking for that at all with Gaston Coria, or are you already? I already know I belong at the top, or even you like I need to prove this to myself. I got to see where I'm at as I reach certain benchmarks.
I know where I'm at. It's just showing it to the world, and I got Corea in front of me, but I know that there's so much more that I got to offer to this boxing world. I don't have wear and tear on my body, and I know that I'm able to mix it up with all these fighters. I spar all these fighters. I spar Carlos Adames. I'm in there with killers. So, of course, obviously, it's different fight night and real life emotions. It's different stuff like that, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go with all these top 154 pounders. Obviously contenders and then world titles and different stuff like that. But I'm ready for the step ups.
You're the oldest of the Vargas brothers,
Yes.
16-0, 14 knockouts. But Emiliano gets a lot of the attention, and you and Amato being the older brothers, you guys always are supportive of that. You guys want to push them to the top. But at the same time, does that ever grate on you at all? Like being the oldest brother, being junior, also undefeated, and does that add any motivation to hey, I feel a little overlooked in my own right? Or
it can at times. Of
Yeah.
course, he's on a premier boxing stable. Just had a sensational knockout. It is never from a place of envy. I mean, you could read energy. You could see that all of us support each other. But it's just more of me wanting to show what I could do as well, you know? And I feel juniors are overlooked. They feel, you know, silver spoon. They've never gone through shit in life. I want to show you, I've been an athlete my whole life. So me coming from a competitive standpoint, basketball, football, whatever, I've always been one of the best. So, and I know it's in my blood. It's in my blood. This thing is just, you see it's evident when we fight. So, but no, it's great what Emiliano's doing. It's great what Amado's doing. And we all know our respective lanes, and that's what I think what makes us such dynasty.
Was it different for you coming up when you were the brother where your dad was still like really active, pretty close to his prime when you were a little boy?
Yeah.
And Emiliano came later on towards the, was that a different dynamic at all? Growing
Absolutely.
up, yeah. And
absolutely. You know, I know my brother Emmy tells me at times like, oh, like I'm jealous of you at times because like I didn't experience the, you know, the mansions and the limo rides and the press conferences. You know, Dad took you everywhere, and you know, I never experienced that, but he experienced a different life out here in Vegas, and hey, maybe that's what made him hungrier.
Because there might have been some turmoil accompanying all those limo rides. It wasn't all just glitz and glamour, maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, you learn things as this fight game teaches you, and I love the fight game, but you meet different people who do you dirty. You meet different people who maybe aren't the most honest, and you know, life takes its turn. But I think it's so much sweeter when you see all of us winning, and we're ready to be tested, to be battle tested. So I know what my blood's about. I know what we could do. And even with my last fight, I got hit with a headbutt right here. He came in, threw himself, hit me in the head, but didn't do anything. I mean, it was just pure blood because of a headbutt. I go in the corner, I can't see. I'm fighting through blood. I mean, it was a lot of blood. But you got to fight through it, you know what I mean? And I show my Vargas blood. And that same blood that runs through my veins runs through me and all my brothers. So it was good that I was able to show my brothers, like, even when they were putting the needle, the syringe in my cut, or like they experienced all that blood. So they know, like, if something happens, if you get dropped or some shit happens, they're able to respond like a Vargas would, you know? So it serves my brother's purpose as well.
What's the most important thing for you to get out of boxing, man? Is it to just make something of
world
yourself?
Champion. I gotta be here to be a world champion. There's no other way. I can't be a sparring partner, bro. I mean, I give a fuck what people gotta say about my age. I ain't worried about that. You know, I know the pedigree I come from, and I know if I'm in there sparring these guys, and I'm in there with Crawford, I'm in there with all these different Kell Brook, I'm in there with Sean Porter, I'm in there, everybody, bro. I want my time. I want my coming out party. So, like I said, my team has been working, and we got a big fight coming up. Can't announce who it is, but I'm gonna get a lot of respect with the fight fans with this fight. So, you guys are out for bigger fights, so we're gonna give it to you.
I didn't know you sparred Terence Crawford. I knew you played basketball with him, but I didn't know you guys sparred. When did you guys spar?
We sparred. I gave him a look for Earl Spence a few years back, and I was able to hang in there with Terence, and he's like Michael Myers, bro. He's so patient in there. Like, he's gonna get you, but he's gonna get you when he wants to. So he set up traps, and you know, I learned in there, and you know, he every time he sees us at the fights or he sees my dad, it's always respect. So I take my hat off to, you know, Terence. He's one of my favorite fighters. But I would love to see him and Canelo. You know, that's a fight that we would all love to see.
Did you guys already play ball by the time you sparred, or was
that?
So we played ball first, and then you wound up sparring later on?
Did we? I'm not too sure. No, I think we sparred first, and then we hooped. But he knows I'm a hooper, bro.
Yeah, you played high school basketball.
Yeah, right? I blocked Terence. Stop playing.
I saw it on Fight.
And then I went up to it, and I was like, "It's a foul."
Was it a foul? Was it
Yeah.
I don't know. It looked a little bit like a foul. But
yeah.
You got some hands.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't gonna call it though. He better not call it.
I don't think it was called.
Cause I won't.
Credit. I don't think it was called. So I guess it goes down as a block.
There we go.
But man, well, you mentioned he sets traps. And,
yeah.
Is that the best counterpuncher you ever been in the ring with?
Sheesh. Yeah,
best fighter?
Best fighter for sure.
Okay.
I think Terence, he's a thinker. He sets traps, like you said, and he's strong. I think a lot of people are underestimating with Canelo because Canelo's real big, but he is real strong. I know he used to wrestle and stuff, so I thought I was walking around a buck 70, 75, 80, and I thought I was gonna be able to move him around and
And you have power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he knows how to. He's strong, man. So it's gonna be a good fight with him and Canelo. I want to see Terence how he would be able to take Canelo's best punch. If he could take Canelo's best punch, Terence could do it.
Yeah.
Terence could do it.
Yeah, and that's you saying as a very proud Mexican American who's been around Canelo in camp, right? Been around Reynoso in this gym probably.
Absolutely.
Right.
But I'm still going for Canelo. That we're Team Canelo. But I'm
keeping
speaking
it real.
facts, and I'm being 100. So if he fights a perfect game plan, he could be Canelo. But I feel Canelo, he hits too hard, and I feel that there's weight classes for a reason.
Well, you mentioned Crawford's physical strength. How was his punching power as a 54-47 type
It's
guy?
good, bro. It's very respectful. You can't just walk him down. So even with Canelo, I know he's not a natural 68 pounders or whatever weight they're gonna fight at, but Canelo's a little stockier, but it's gonna be a good fight.
Head movement will have to be on point for Canelo.
Like Jacobs, it gotta be that Canelo.
Yeah. When you mentioned his strength, Crawford, and does it play a role not just like in the clinches, but I know like old school fighters like him, they'll touch you to move your shoulder, keep you off balance, little touches and pokes. Does that play a role in that too? Like he's strong enough to move you with that little move. Yeah,
he'll do stuff like that. I think when we sparred, he did like 4-minute rounds or 5-minute. I'm not too sure, but it was more minutes, and the rest was like 20 seconds. So I got some water, and he's already like ready to go. So that right there is another level. You can fight like that anywhere, altitude or whatever won't make a difference. So I learned a lot with Crawford. I'm very grateful for him.
What compliments did he give you, if any?
I don't remember too many compliments like that, but I was able to hit him. Land my shots on him.
And did that just make him
he would smile.
Fire that much
he
more?
Would smile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Crawford be sticking his tongue out and smiling,
right.
So he was a lot easier to hit, I'm not gonna lie. But he does know how to make you tired. He does know how to use your strength as your weaknesses. So I learned a lot that day.
When you say you were actually able to hit him, I don't know, tell me what you think. He reminds me of a little bit in his own way, different kind of fighter, but similar. Dinamita Marquez.
Okay.
Where it's not that they're the hardest to hit; it's that the counters coming back.
Yes.
Is what is the main problem.
Right.
It's not that you can't touch them. It's what's coming back to punctuate.
Yeah, and I think he'll let you. He'll kind of like Tank, let you build your confidence, and then you know what I'm saying. So that's why Crawford's one of the best pound for pound fighters. And he can fight through any generation, honestly. So could Canelo.
Yeah, no doubt. If he's the best you sparred, who's probably number 2? Who jumps out right up behind him?
I'll say Sean Porter's up there. Adames hits hard, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He impressed me in that Shiraz fight. A lot of people didn't think he was gonna beat that dude.
Why? Because he was a lot tall, right?
Has power.
Yeah.
And Adames was gonna have to cut distance, so you thought maybe he's gonna walk into something, but he.
Yeah, good head move with that fight.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Salas and Carlos Adames are doing a hell of a job out there. We go out there for sparring. His dog work over there all the time, and Adames, I had to earn my respect with him. You gotta punch and box. If you just punch, that's his fight. You know what I mean? Like he loves for someone to just sit there and just exchange with him. But if you could turn him, if you could hit feints and then bang when you want to, I think that's the way to fight Adames.
Lastly, man, I know you watch the fights too a lot. You watching Boots and Stanionis Saturday out in Jersey?
Absolutely.
What do you think of that fight?
So you got raw power, you got relentlessness, and then you got skill. I'm taking skill. Yeah. No. He does have power. You're right.
Yeah.
He has a lot of power too. Switch hitter. I got Boots. But this is boxing. Anything can happen. But if we're talking skill, I got Boots edging it out, majority or maybe unanimous if he fights a good fight.
So you think it's not gonna be he's not gonna stop Stanionis? This is gonna be a tough fight.
I don't think so. I think Stanionis he's tough.
Yeah,
he's tough and very durable, and he's battle tested. So it's gonna be a good fight for Boots. Boots, nobody wants to fight him because you don't really gain anything by fighting him. It's just I fight Boots. But these world champions don't want to fight him because he has a lot of skill, and you don't really earn much with him. So, you know, Boots needs his coming out party. He does need his dance partner. Yep.
Yeah. Would your one of your dream dance partners be Virgil?
Why not?
Virgil Ortiz?
Yeah, I love it. He's a good stand-up guy, and I know his style resembles a lot of my father's, and he's very strong. But I believe when the time's right, I would love to get in there with Virgil as well. I mean, it'd be action from round one.
I mean, maybe that's, you know, your Vargas de la Hoya.
There it is.
You know, you're Mexican American versus Mexican American, great fight style,
Yes.
man. Yeah.
And we'd be against De La Hoya too. Again.
Yeah, that's right. He is promoted by De La Hoya, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Although funny enough, your younger brother Emiliano, he's a Vargas, but he's marketed like the Golden Boy.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy how that works. I mean, he looks like Oscar. You see the gifs of Emmy walking out. And Emmy, 140, I'm telling you, anyone at 140, 135, moving up to 140, Emmy is a problem. Top Rank is doing an unbelievable job with Emiliano. And, you know, it's unbelievable to see the growth and the maturity that he has at his age. He's not even 21 yet. He turns 21 in, like a week or two?
Yeah.
And the kid reads books. Like, Emiliano is on his shit. So, very, very proud of him. Very proud of my brother, Amado. My dad, give him his flowers. My momager running around everywhere fight week, making sure this sponsors is here, tracksuits are here, this is shipped. You know, my mom is just so much behind the scenes, and she doesn't get her flowers enough. So I love my mother. I have an unbelievable team, and sky's the limit. We're going to take this all the way to a world title. I know it.
Hey, Fernando, appreciate you, man. Saturday we'll be watching against Gonzalo Gaston Coria. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, my bro.
Thanks, bro.